All praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakal Kodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to all the Akim doing and pushing this word in sincerity and truth worldwide. And a sincere shalom to the elect. You have to be spiritual to discern these times, okay? This is how we know that Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai is not dealing with these other camps, alright? I'm going to just jump straight into it, man, because, this lesson was on my mind earlier today when some brothers were speaking at the camp, various brothers, okay, and they were breaking it down. They were going into, the times that we're in, okay? So, you have to have the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to discern these times. Like I said, you have to be spiritual, meaning you have to have the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Your spiritual umbilical cord can't be cut. Though you may know you're an Israelite, cool, great, but you have to know the proper breakdown. You have to know, prophecy, okay? You have to go into it, man. You can't just be sitting on the, like Apostle Elder Tahara would say, these knuckle-dragging niggas, okay? So we could see out here who has the 100% truth. Because the scriptures tell you. Let me get this real quick. In Deuteronomy chapter 18. Let me go to verse 20. Okay? Deuteronomy chapter 18 and verse 20. But the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die. And if thou say in thy heart, in the mind, right, how shall we know the word which Yahweh has not spoken? When a prophet speaketh in the name of Yahweh, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which the Lord have not spoken, but the prophet have spoken it presumptuously, thou shalt not be afraid of him. Okay? And everything, starting with the Apostle, the Tahar, on down, everything that we've been saying, GMS and the affiliates, the sincere affiliates, it's been coming to pass. Okay? So the Spirit of the Lord is really working with the house of GMS, okay, and the affiliates, the sincere affiliates. These other camps are playing games, and it's all coming to surface now. Like it tells you in, let me get this real quick. I always quote this, 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse, 9, 8. Now as James and Jambres withstood Moses, so do these also resist the truth. Men of corrupt mind reprobate concerning the faith, but they shall proceed no further, for their folly shall be made manifest unto all men, as theirs also was. Okay? And right now that's what's happening. It's all coming to surface, man. All their folly is coming to surface, and everybody's seeing it. Okay? So let's get into the scriptures real quick. 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and 10. But God have revealed them unto us by his Spirit. God have revealed them unto us by his Spirit, for the Spirit searcheth all things, yea, the deep things of God. Okay, the deep things of Yahweh. It says Yahweh have revealed them. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai have revealed them unto us by his Spirit. Okay? So that's why scriptures tell you that you have an unction of knowing all things. I have not written unto you because you don't know, because you do know. Okay? Because the Spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is within you. Roughly phrasing, right? But the Spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is within you. Okay? So these individuals out here, they're not spiritual, okay? They don't have it, okay? 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of Yahweh, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. Okay, you gotta be spiritual. You have to have the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai to discern these things. Okay, and if you don't have the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai within you, you're not gonna know what time we in. 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently within itself. You can't look at a man that doesn't have the spirit and say, measure thou the time diligently. They'll be like, I don't know what's going on. You know, what you talking about? Okay, you want me to get the pull out the iPhone and put on the what you call that shit again? The timer. Get the timer out and clock the time. Peradventure a stopwatch, right? He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And this is only speaking to the ones that the secrets, the mysteries have been revealed to. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Okay? So, if you don't have the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai within you, you're not going to be able to understand what time we in. All your mind is going to be, Psalms 49:11. The inward thought is that the houses shall continue on forever. Okay? So you're not going to know what time we in. You're not going to know that the day of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is at hand. Okay? Yep, let's get this real quick too as well. 2nd Ezra 12 and 36. Let's get that. Thou only has been meet to know this secret of the highest. So it's only been good for you and others like you. Okay? Because it goes on to tell you, the wise of thy people, right? So you and a select few know what time it is, okay? Because the Spirit of the Lord is working with you. Revelation 3 and 20, Matthew chapter 13, verse 16, right? Therefore, write all these things that thou hast seen in a book, and hide them, and teach them to the wise of the people. The wise of the people, okay? Because a lot of our people, 2/3, do not fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai, okay? The ones that truly fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai, they understand this. The Lord said, I'll make you of quick understanding, okay? But, the 2/3, they don't, it's not within them, okay? The Lord hasn't given it to them. This is why this is so precious, all right? Within the house of Israel, the 2/3, they don't understand. The 2/3 vastly outweigh the 1/3, right? And then take in account also the numbers of the world, okay, of the other nations and people. So this is very, 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 very precious, all right? And teach them to the wise of thy people, whose hearts, going into your mind, lab, thou knowest, may comprehend and keep these secrets, okay, to understand these things, all right? Let's go to that real quick. Yep. Is another example. Matthew chapter 16 and verse 1. And the Pharisees also with the Sadducees came and tempting desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven. This is the same thing they do to us today, because we're coming to the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. If your God this and that, why didn't he do this? Why didn't he do that? Why didn't he do this? It's within his time, with his will, okay? This is his operation, his movie, all right? He answered, and this is another part of believing and having faith. He answered and said unto them, which 2/3 don't have, okay? He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say, it will be fair weather. For the sky is red, and in the morning, it will be foul weather today. For the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but ye cannot discern the signs of the times, because the Lord was not working with them. Like I said, they required, right, to seek after a sign. They want a sign. They want to actually physically see something. So it shows you the Spirit's not dealing with them. They're carnal individuals, okay? This is why it's so important that we, that believe, have faith onto Yahweh Shem Shai, hang in there, okay? I wanted to get this real quick. Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 23. Let us, the us is the believers, the ones who have the faith, okay? The ones who are actually walking this walk spiritually, giving that understanding from Yahweh Shem Shai. Not boasters, not man pleasers, you know what I mean? Not being hypocrites, right? In sincerity and truth, we do this unto Yahweh Shem Shai, right? Let us hold tight, Salakia, let us hold tightly without wavering to the hope we affirm, okay? Without wavering. You see these other camps, the Gentiles can make it, right? You could, on the Sabbath, you could have sexual relations with your woman, right? Or your wives, or so on and so forth. Oh man, don't worry. It's just a celebration. We could bring in all types of people, bottle girls and whatnot, Many examples, all right? So we don't waver. We hold firm to what we've been taught through the Spirit. It's been affirmed through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay? The things that we are speaking are popping off the page, man. Because we're speaking the 100% truth. Continuing, for Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, can be trusted to keep his promise. Okay, yeah, there you go. Because we heard it. Faith cometh by hearing, Romans 10:17. We heard the word, we believed, and we were walking by faith, we were preaching by faith, we're doing all things by faith to please Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? So it's deeply embedded in us. We didn't just go to Walmart or any place like that and, grab this off the shelf and say, yeah, we're going to do this. No. We believe that he said that he will do what he's, when we go through the records and we see the records and we're like, look, this is what happened to the wicked back then, Pharaoh and all these different people. This is what the Lord is promising within this time that's going to happen to the modern day Pharaoh, Babylon, okay? What's going to happen to Nero 47 and his men. So, we're holding firm, not wavering, okay? For Yahweh can be trusted, Yahweh Shem Yahushai can be trusted to keep his promise. Let us think of ways to motivate one another to acts of love and good works. Okay, that's why you see a lot of brothers, doing these videos. When you watch these videos, you get the inspiration, right? It's through the Spirit. You gotta be spiritual, and a part of that motivation is comforting one another with these words. Okay, because the promises is backed by Yahweh's word. Okay, by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai's word. Okay. And let us not neglect our meeting together, Salakia. And let us not neglect our meeting together as some people do, but encourage one another. Okay, and that's what we're out here doing, man. When we, do these epistles, it gives a brother encouragement. It doesn't discourage him. Okay, it builds him up. Okay, it motivates him. You know what I mean? Because all we're doing is building off the Spirit. And, who knows? A brother may be down one day, turns on the video, boom, gets motivated, does video, feels good in the spirit, man. Because we're in the decrepitated bodies, man. Chains of darkness, this flesh. It's so hard. That's why I said it's so hard to act on the spiritual, right? And behave yourself, right? But we have the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and the fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. But what I'm saying is this flesh, you know what I mean? Because you're in this chains of darkness consistently, 24/7, you know, it's hard for a person to actually, you know, push off the physical, the carnal, and act upon the spiritual. But we've been given the gifts that we may activate the spiritual, right? And act upon that part. You know, behave ourselves wisely, carry ourselves with good intent unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You know, look out for, you know, that's what I was saying with the brothers earlier, that this video came with the inspiration. You know, it's good to see brothers dwell in brotherly love, man. You know. But anyways, and verse 25, and let us not neglect our meeting together. Yeah, we don't neglect our meeting together. That's why the brothers in the common boards popping it off, man. As some people do, but encourage one another, especially now, okay, in these times, because what you have to be spiritual to discern these times, right? Especially now that the day, of his return is drawing near, right? Okay, and the Lord's return is drawing near, and you have to be spiritual to discern these times. And if you're not spiritual, you can't discern these times if the Lord is not working with you. If you don't have the spirit, okay, if the Lord's not working with you, you're not going to be able to discern these times, man. Okay, so I just wanted to do this short little lesson, okay, real little quick little lesson. You know, hey, the time's coming short, man. You know, like let me get this scripture real quick. The time is cutting short. 2 Ezra chapter 14 and 14. Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times, man. Okay? To hell with this place, man. Okay? And you could, if you're spiritual, you could see why and what's going on. Okay? Because verse 16, 17 there tells you. Okay? But anyways, and verse 18, you know. So anyways, you know, you have to be spiritual to discern these times, man. So with that, all praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to all the Akim doing and pushing this word in sincerity and truth worldwide. And a sincere shalom to the elect. I hope you're edified, Akim.